Hello, hello.
Hi! Bodo Oboye. So this is our episode 2 of Pop-Up Talk with Fanisimi and Fasewa. We intend to do this every Thursday.
Every week.
Yes. Every week. Oh, so we got a couple of recordings going on here so that we can share on different platforms. You good here?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So I must confess, I am feeling a little nervous today. I'm not feeling as good as I was on the first day, or I guess, I don't know. So, yeah, I guess bear with me. This is real. So, I am happy that I'm in an uncomfortable position right now. Again, I have no idea what we're talking about. I don't even know if I have any thoughts on the topic that we put out right now, but I'm excited. And I guess this is good for me, right? And everybody.
I'm nervous too. I don't know what's going on. I just want to throw up.
Yeah, I'm like, can we not do this?
Yeah, I think
But-
it's good. This is some kind of stretch.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on, but we're gonna get it together. So you guys bear with us as we go through whatever feelings these are and have our conversations. So if you got to watch episode 1, we told you at some point during that video that we were going to be drawing from a bowl, a hat, or something, different topics.
Yeah.
And we have that here. So there's different topics that both of us wanted to touch upon, so we just wrote them down, and Yenny's gonna be,
They want to take them out?
yeah, if you don't mind, ma'am.
Should I like do that?
You can do whatever you want.
I don't want to pick anything right now. Oh my god, I picked one out. Let me pick one
What do you mean? Yeah, you're supposed to pick one out.
out. Choices. Handwriting.
Yeah, choices and owning power.
Oh gosh. Exactly what we're doing right now. Choices. We decided to do this, right? To kind of like put something together, and I guess the power that we are owning power is what it says here.
So it's one of those things of those topics that I wanted to talk about, because a lot of times, especially in this society, we grow up with every action has a reaction, which basically instills the mindset in us that, well, I did this and I acted this way because you made me. You know what I'm saying? And that completely gives the other person power over your being, your thoughts, your mindset, your feelings, and it has no ownership. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
So, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about it, because I don't necessarily subscribe to the every action has a reaction anymore, because not if I'm going to be in the space of I am in control over myself and over my choices and how I choose to handle the situation.
And I also think that our choices sometimes are limited because of the way that we're brought up or the options that we're given. And other than this, choices or ways that we think that we should lead our adult life, it's limited. So
What do you mean? Give me an example. I'm not completely sure I understand.
I feel like sometimes we're raised with the belief that we only have these certain choices and that we can choose to either do this or do that, or this is the best choice for us to do, when in reality we get to experience life by making different choices, and maybe choices that are not aligned with the way that we were brought up. So maybe we're scared to take these choices or make these choices or go a different way. And like you said, maybe when we do make a choice that was not aligned supposedly with our belief, we tend to blame others and stuff like that. Where we have a pressure on us to make this choice versus this choice, or the choice that we want, because we might not be in alignment with the people that we hang with, or with
I
our
got you.
belief, from growing up.
So that's interesting, and I'll use what I think you're saying, I'll use myself. So I believe I said in the first episode that I was brought up a Jehovah's Witness. I said that right? I think I did.
You did.
And when, like, it was most of my mother's side of the family that was, or is, a part of the congregation. My father as well, and still is. So I remember it was always instilled in us to, like, college wasn't really talked about. Like, when we graduated, it wasn't, like, talked about to go be anything more than a Jehovah's Witness or I think it was called like a pioneer. Like that was like the goal. And I remember when I was 16, I was like, I'm done. Like, tell Jehovah I'm out. I don't know what to tell nobody. Tell the elders, like, I'm good. This is I'm done. And when I made that choice, most of my mother's side of the family who are practicing Jehovah's Witness, they wrote me off. I mean, they pretty much did that when I had my eldest son at 16.
Were you in fear when you made the choice, or you were?
No. I think that was my first time being the most confident in my decision.
Owning your power to
Heck
make
yeah.
your choice.
I was like, this is my life, and I feel like God hears me regardless, and I don't subscribe what's, like, you do you, and I get to do me. And what was funny about that is, of course, because it's like really big in that, trying to say culture, but in that organization, it's really big where if you leave the organization, it's called disfellowshipping. Like you're written off, you're disfellowshipped, you're
kind of like the Mormons.
I don't know what the Mormons do. I ain't gonna speak on that because I'm let me just speak on what I know. But that you're excused, you're like dismissed, and that's hard when you're now my mom and dad, let me be clear, they did not do that to me, but it's really hard when it's like they're like either you follow what we say or we're not going to talk to you and deal with you anymore.
Part of the...
So this is why I love this topic, because let's see, you got to make your choice. You all got to make your choice in what you wanted to subscribe to and what you wanted to believe. But if anyone else chooses something different for themselves, then they're written off. Well, how is that God? How is that love?
Yeah.
And where do I get to live my own life?
Yeah,
if we're all
belong
supposed
to us, I mean, everybody should make their own choices, and you have the freedom and power to do that without feeling any type of way or even feeling bad because you might hurt somebody else's feeling, or you might go against your parents' beliefs, for example.
But this is something I know I said in the first episode is I believe that it's our choices that make us unique individuals.
You did say that.
Right?
Yeah, no, this is a great topic for you.
Oh. Are you not enjoying the topic?
Yeah, no, I love this topic as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, so like, yeah, it's like, it's one of those components that just really sets us apart because they're personal. We own them, we live them, we experience them, we walk in them, and it's like the only thing that we have that is truly ours. Like when you think about it, and it's kind of like even why I love Ifa names as well, it's because that's like what we chose in heaven. Our names, when they're given to us at birth, we don't choose those. You know what I'm saying? Like our identity and what we're addressed as, we don't even get the choice of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to be able to, as a grown woman, or even as at the time a young adult, I want to be able to make choices, especially regarding my spirituality and what makes me feel good and what I feel drawn to. This is my journey. Why don't I get to choose into?
Yeah. Choices to develop your persona the way that you want to actually be.
Right.
I think the most tricky subject about this choice thing, which is not even a part of the topic, is...
The topic is choice.
Oh, okay. It's how much more beautiful would be if people would respect the choices that each people make without judging, pointing fingers, and just being okay and acceptance of the choices that
Can you
each
give an
make.
example? I ask you to give examples because everything you're saying is really powerful, and sometimes some of us need things broken down.
Again,
to
I'm
the
going
T.
back. I guess I'm stuck. My trauma with the choices is, again, not pissing anybody off, or kind of like not being judged because of a choice you made. For example, this choice that I made to come here and kind of like talk about things that I might not even be comfortable with or might not know 100% information about or anything, or it's just like I'm still going through the discovery journey of whatever it is, you know, of my growth, my life. A choice that I made, and it would be nice. What I was saying is that I didn't have to worry about others judging me about the choices that I made, or pointed fingers or things like that. So it would be nice to add to this choice thing if we can just respect each other's choices, right, and be okay with it and support, even though you might not agree with the choice that the person made.
So respect is actually another topic
Yeah.
that's in there, but because he brought it up, I think we need to kind of cover it. what does respecting someone's choice mean?
Respecting
For you.
someone's choices for me is maybe giving your opinion about it if the person asks, or if you're that close to the person that you can give an opinion, but just showing support and just respecting it. You don't have to like it, you don't have to go with it, you don't have to be a part of it, but definitely not take away anything between you and that person because you made a choice that they might not approve, like, or want you to do.
Okay, so it sounds like respect for you is a place of meeting someone where they are, without any negative or positive, just nothing attached to it. Just
Yeah, there doesn't have to be anything attached to it every time. Obviously, there's different forms of respect as how you treat an elderly person or a child, or, you know, how you talk to a person and stuff like that. But in this case, when it comes to choices, that's how I see the respect part, you know, going with it.
So do you believe respecting a person's choice comes with age? Like if you told your children something and they did the opposite, they chose something different, would you feel disrespected?
Well, that's the thing that I shouldn't feel disrespected. I shouldn't. Maybe I would, and it would be my initial reaction, because obviously we're brought up that, you know, the kids are supposed to listen to you and you should make the choices or recommend, and they just need to. But I also am learning that they are their own person and they get to make those choices and they get to learn from those choices, and we're here to guide them more than anything. So me getting disrespected because of that, it's my own personal thing that I need to look at myself, I think, when it comes to that.
I would agree. For
Obviously-
myself as well. Like
Yeah.
it's something that I'm trying to unprogram, deprogram, what's the word,
Yeah.
about myself is, well, I'm the elder, and if you don't listen to me, then you're disrespecting me, because I don't feel like, you know, being obedient to someone, especially when you want to make a choice and do something different for yourself, just to try it out, even if it's a mistake and it's going to hurt you.
I mean, I did it all the time, so why am I getting now disrespected because of my kid? Obviously, again, that would probably be my initial reaction, or probably my first words.
Because that's what was drilled into us.
Yeah, but it's not something that I want to continue practicing or being that way. Or, you know, I'm defining other words or other beliefs that I had before
Yeah.
as something else and something different.
Right.
Something more open, more of service to me, and that's gonna actually make me grow, versus just kind of like being able to shelter myself from my feelings and just blame it on this or that, or you know, seeing another way, like, hey, I'm your mom, so you should respect me, so I did this wrong, and not look at it anymore.
Right.
And stay in that box, in that square, in that feeling. So choices and owning the power. That's another thing. I feel like a lot of times we make choices and we don't own it, especially when they don't go the right way.
Correct. So give an example.
I'm trying to put myself there, right?
You definitely have stories.
Oh,
for
I
yourself.
have a lot of choices
Come on,
that I've
sis.
made that I don't own up. Yes. You want to help me out here? I really can't
No,
think
I don't want to.
anything
I don't want
out
to
of
throw your
myself right
business.
now.
Whatever you want to talk about for yourself, like just take a second. No rush.
I definitely think more than anything are my actions that probably I don't want to own. And I guess action choices, same thing, because I
I
choose
don't know. I
to
need you
act
to give
that way.
examples.
Give me one for me, please. I cannot think of one right now. I'm trying to think of a choice that I made that I did not take ownership for. A lot of them. Any mistake I make, guys, I try to literally be like, no, but this, find a bunch of excuses, and then I realize, you know, later on in life or in the day that, oh my God, I am the one that brought that feeling onto me, or I'm the one that created that scenario by acting this certain way and taking the choices that I take, versus maybe addressing the situation a different way, of maybe expressing what I needed to express, so I wouldn't have to feel like it wasn't my fault when it was. Does that make sense?
I think people need an example. I mean, you have nothing. I just gave an example of my personal life with the
Jehovah's Witness.
Yes.
What is the question again?
Where is an experience in your life where you made a choice and then didn't take responsibility for your choice because it was a result that you didn't care for.
Damn. Cannot even take responsibility right now for those choices. Look at me. I don't know what to tell you. That is the truth right there.
It's hard.
It is definitely hard. I cannot think of one thing I decided to
Anything
do.
with your kids or your marriage or us, anything? Your mom and dad,
I'm not
siblings? I got one.
go so I
For
can get
you. No, I got
inspired.
one
go,
for
go,
you.
Go, 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 go.
You've never heard of it because I've never discussed it with
Go
you again.
for it. Put me out there, because right now, for me to take any ownership right now of a choice that I made, that
So this is kind of you imposing on someone else's choices.
oh yeah, but that's different. I'm really
No,
good
no,
at that.
no, no, no. So I'm not going to go into detail.
Go for it. Go.
But when we were out for your birthday, your baby brother made a comment that he only looks for a particular type of woman because you told him that's what he could do. And he's not trying to upset his big sister.
Yeah, but so is that a choice that I should regret?
I think that's a complete imposition that you should, because you're limiting and he's listening to you. And you like absolutely hate when anyone does that to you. So when he told me that, I was like, yeah, Nacy's. Like, what?
Yeah, it's more like the qualities that the person should have. Obviously, he should go and be.
We're not talking qualities.
He is free to choose whoever he wants, and I am so nice. I will accept the person in the meantime. I'm playing. Oh, I mean, all my brothers.
You're not playing.
Cannot say I have never accepted them. That's not a fact. But yeah, I probably have. What I can say about the choices that I've made is things like that. Maybe making comments or making people feel a certain way that it maybe limits their choices, or maybe they think they need to act a certain way to maybe please me. In this case, my kids, right? So
well, in
yeah.
this case, your brother.
Yeah,
What do
my
you mean?
brother. I gave an example of him, or you know.
I thought we were still on that. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know how much more we want to go deeper into that. I'm glad, if my brother was real with that comment, I really. You think it was? I thought he was playing around. Maybe no, he was seriously thinking he cannot date a certain type of woman.
Yes, sis.
Yes, he's already experienced, been there, done that. Why would we need to go back? But again, it's me.
That's just with one person. You can't like blanket a
I
whole.
know.
That's horrible. That's not even you.
Yeah.
That's what shocked me. I was like,
No. That's the immature person of me. The other person that lives in me that I am trying to make better. The one that's being shaped up right now. But yeah, I mean, I haven't told him that in a while. So that was my old persona talking. Maybe I should have a meeting.
but you confirmed it again that night, right?
I
there.
did?
Yes. You were like, yeah, I said it, and that's correct. Cause yeah. And I was like,
we want to have a type.
who is we?
Me and yeah.
But you get to have that for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So that is something that I get to, work on, and definitely those are choices and actions that I have made in my life. Trying to redirect or expect, I guess, or assign assignments to other people.
I don't even know what you're saying right now.
As to how you should live your life and who you should date.
Oh.
Not very proud. Yeah, no. That everybody should have their own choice. And again, not trying to please me. This is a great example of what I just said at the beginning. This is what we do, and I also do it to people. Not anymore.
Except for,
I guess my brother and I we have a pending conversation about that. I actually have a pending conversation with both of my brothers. Yeah. We need to heal and grow.
do you feel you're allowed to make, do you feel you're supported by your family to make choices in your choices?
That word is like, blah, blah,
I know,
hard
we're
to say now.
struggling. Do you feel like you are supported from your family in your romantic relationship choices?
I think my parents have never really intervened, but I definitely do think that my parents, or maybe I make this up in my own head, that I have this certain pressure maybe, or I have to meet these criterias.
But they've never given you a criteria to meet.
Yeah, no.
So you make it up.
I make it up. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I'm making this up. Because
Why do you think you make that up?
because maybe I make it up for other people. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're doing the same to me.
What do you mean? I'm
Like
sorry,
thinking
I don't
about my
understand.
brother's choices. Since I do it for others, so I'm like,
Oh, I see. Okay.
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Maybe it's something that I'm like, oh, they're doing it to me. But in reality, when I think about it and I have really dug deep, there's nobody really giving me no criteria or anything like that, you know? Or,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, I know, like, full disclosure, Chris and I are very open about our relationship, and it's been hard. Like, we've been together 9 years, and we have an anniversary coming up this weekend, actually. And I know there were some times because he and I, as you guys know, we practice Ifa. So, like, when we were courting, like, one of the things that we do in our tradition is we go to Ifa to make sure that the marriage, the coupling, the pairing is a good pairing. So we had done that. And so we had the support of Ifa, and Ifa was like, this is good. Now, let me be clear. Y'all, when Ifa says something is good, that does not mean it's going to be motherfucking easy. That does not mean that it is going to be a cakewalk. Like, it means you are going to have to put in work to get that goodness. It's good. Like, my life is good. My life is transformed. I love my life. But it was work. So what I was going to say is, in my choosing, because just because Ifa made the recommendation, we still chose to enter the partnership. And there would be many times I would go to his Ifa and be like, excuse me, do you have the right jaqueta? Do you have the right Fasewa? Because I don't think it was me that you were talking about, because it was hard. And that was like me trying to give back my power and be like, well, I'm just here because Ifa told me to. Instead of, no, a recommendation was given. It said it was good, and I chose. Yeah, but in those moments, every time I went complaining, I acted like I was powerless and like I was stuck here because of Ifa.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
So yeah, I do want to say, if I ever prevented anybody from making the choice that they wanted to, or they felt like I was gonna be hurt or anything, I'm sorry, I am not that person anymore. I promise whatever you choose, I will support, because that's what I also want for myself.
Aw, Ashe.
Yes. Shit.
Me too. Like, I know I'm guilty of it, especially with my eldest son. Like, I thank God for that man, because he's a grown man now. My eldest son is 25. And I thank God for that man, like, being the trail blazer for his siblings, because he took a lot. Like, I was 16 when I had him. I had all the belief system of my parents, society, the world, that I was like pouring on him, but at the same time trying to find myself and thinking I knew what the hell I was doing, and also trying to change what the hell I was doing. Like, that young man is just amazing for...
He is. I've met him. He's awesome. I love him.
Yeah. So I know what you're talking about. I did a lot.
Yeah, and then another thing that I can say, I think regardless of maybe my belief of, oh, don't make this choice because somebody might do this, and when I'm talking about somebody, it's probably most my family than anything, you know. What was I gonna say? Oh, so even though I created those beliefs and maybe have restricted some of my choices at times, or have maybe taken longer to make my choices, or suffered to my choicing making, I have always made the choice and have always done whatever the hell I wanted. So it will be unfair for me, selfish, to prevent my kids from doing the same, or to even be imposing on anybody else to what I think they should choose. Even though I might know better, and it might be coming from a place that I know what's best. Here's me again, not taking ownership of my choices, but I'm choosing to say right now, hey, even though I might know better, and what I'm saying is right for you, you know.
Like, that's imposing your will. Yeah.
So people we get to make the choices that we want, whether they're right or wrong, or whether we're gonna maybe break down our whole family down with us sometimes. I'm sorry.
And it's funny because Tristan, like with Keandre, my eldest, that's what I was saying, like, I was trying to find myself. I got myself a little more together with Tristan. And so with him, my parenting style completely changed. And because of him, it completely changed even more with Maze. But like with Tristan, like this person like straight up makes me know Ifa. It's crazy because I'll be like, but I know the way to go. I know the best possibility here, and you're just wanting to make, again, a different choice for yourself that's going to be harmful or damaging or whatever. But he's like, but I want to do it. I want to have my experience. And I can always hear Ifa in my ear like, this is exactly what I do for you. I give you a recommendation. You say you want to live your best life.
Yeah.
I'm here to provide that for you, but you still get the power of choice. And then you just get to be okay with whatever choice you made. Just because I told you this is your best possibility doesn't mean you have to do
You
it.
have to choose it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is, so what Ifa does for Ifa is like our parents, our guide. Because that's truly what a parent is.
A guide.
A guide.
It's here to guide us and show us maybe one or two ways, but you still get to choose or go whatever way you want to
and
go.
have your experience. And it's hard being a parent and seeing that.
Yeah, and obviously with this topic also comes the attachments like, oh, it's selfish if you choose to do this versus this, and this is like a wide topic and like it can go in different ways. Like, is it okay for us to choose to do things that we know we're gonna harm somebody else just because we want to choose that way, you know? So it's a wide topic.
What do you think about, because you know in Ifa, in traditional Ifa, we believe that children choose their parents. So what do you think about the power in that when we have these situations of maybe having a harder childhood than others, but we chose those people?
From what I have learned about the subject, I think we choose the parents that we choose because we get to see everything that's going to happen before our eyes, and whatever that is the place where we're supposed to be at the end of the day when we come to planet Earth to have that experience. I think we all come here to live our best life, and obviously those are choices that you do have to make while you are here on planet Earth. But that's, yeah, it sucks why we choose the poor parent versus the rich. That's what I ask myself all the time. Why didn't I choose Kris Jenner? I don't understand. Why am I not Robert Kardashian's daughter? Don't know. But I feel like the parents that I chose, right, led me to where I am today, and I'm happy. I'm almost there. I'm almost a Kardashian.
So
Afri-Asian.
A what?
Afri-Asian. If I was to add the Asian to my Afri name, Afri-Asian, like Kardashian.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mixing the last names. Kardashian with Afri.
Okay,
I'm
pause.
Like,
So let me say. So what I was gonna say is it really supported me because my parents were really awesome, and then I had hard times with my parents too. And during those hard times, I had a lot of anger towards them. Like, how are these my parents? Why did I choose them? And then when I learned and I got to see them in their totality, and I didn't see my parents in their totality until I became a grown woman parent as well. Not when I was a teenager and a parent, but when I was a grown woman and a parent as well. And I was able to be grateful because I realized, wow, I got my dad's ability to get up and go. Like, he's very nomadic. And that helped me in my journey to finding Ifa. And he's also a person who is like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care if I am against the trend. I needed that, again, to find and break away from the norm and find Ifa.
There's different things in those parents that
Yes.
you see that's going to help you regardless of how bad or crazy your childhood might be, or the possibilities or whatever they can provide for you. It's not the best or whatever, you're still going to get whatever you need to get to do what you need to do as your own life here.
Ashe. My mom is like bubbly and fun and charismatic and stubborn. And I needed all of those things in order to help my journey as well. So
Yeah.
I can see now why I chose
Your
my parents. And I chose parents that allow me to be me.
Did you do like an exercise to realize that, or that?
I sure did.
Okay,
I
that would
actually,
be nice. If
I
you
did
could share.
I did a past life regression with she's deceased now. She passed a couple of years ago, Amachi. And she had me do this exercise. It was with some blocks. And the particular blocks that I chose, she was like, you're angry with your parents. And she was like, why? She was like, you chose them and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They got you here. And she was like, because of the type of person you are, you needed free reign to just be you. So they gave you life, and that's all you required. What are you mad about? And I was like, "Ah, well, first of all, lady, no one needs all this attitude." But she was right. Like, my mom and dad know. When I was, like, in school, they didn't, they had no idea what was going on because I just rocked that shit out. Like, my homework was done. My mom was like, is she in school? Like, what? I just took care of myself. I've always been very independent, and I was an
And they
easy
allow
child.
you to do that.
Yes, I mean, I
Which
was.
a lot of parents don't do that. They're on top of their kid and da 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 da.
But
They have to live-
I was a good child, so like they just allowed, like there was nothing
Yeah.
to worry about. I had myself, and they provided everything that I needed to be successful, and I just took all of that and ran with it. And so that's what the machi meant. She's like, "What you mad for? You doing what you came to do."
Mhm. Well, a lot
So-
of us are not satisfied, or
Want to point fingers and not be accountable for our
or
choices.
maybe what is supposed to be good enough is not good enough.
Yeah.
And, or we tend to look at others and what they have and always comparing. When you compare, you're always gonna be in that state of mind that I'm not happy enough, I'm not good enough, or I'm not this enough, or maybe I'm not there enough, or what the hell with my parents. Like if I'm comparing, the whole situation with the Kardashian parents, I shouldn't do that, obviously. Makes no sense.
Well, my dear, we are 31 minutes in, and we wanted to keep this short.
Yeah.
Because you guys are amazing, and you watched our 50-minute video last time, but we're gonna try to keep these short. So, you have any last words? You wanna close it
No,
up?
basically the message is feel free to make the choices that you want and
Own
own
them.
the power of you making those choices, basically. There's no need for us to be restricted or feel a certain way just because he, she, or they said. That's basically my message and advice would be, kind of like my advice to myself too. Make your choices without giving a F about them, and confident about them too, obviously, right? And obviously make good, healthy choices. Is what I have to tell to everybody. It's not like let's go, rob a bank. Obviously, that would be a good choice, but it's not a good choice. If we're gonna get away with it, obviously, but that's not a healthy choice.
It's not a healthy choice.
Yeah, so don't make that choice.
Okay.
But own the power of your choices. As long as they're good, healthy choices.
Own all of your choices.
Yeah, regardless.
Whether they're healthy or unhealthy.
Because we learn from all of this stuff.
Exactly.
Maybe sometimes you have to make a messed up choice so you can become a better person or grow or realize something crappy about yourself.
Yes, whether they are jobs, careers, moments in times, relationships, you chose it. And you get to sit back and reflect and see what you took from that situation and what you gave to that situation.
Yeah, when you don't choose, you get to wonder, what if I would have chose that or done that, or don't miss choices either.
You don't miss choices?
Yeah, like maybe an opportunity to make a choice to
Oh,
do
sorry,
something.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't-
got it. Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was good. I feel better now after talking about all of this stuff. It was definitely hard and difficult. Again, I'm more of a planner, and I need to kind of know what's happening before I even get into any topic. I was not like that in school. I didn't really care to learn anything about it or study before I got into any topic. So I didn't do so good, but it's my comfort zone when I'm doing something, especially on a video, which, it's my second time doing this. I guess I've done Instagram here and there, but nothing major, so yeah.
All right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to us.
Cheers.
Iba Sheori, and thank you guys again for tuning in. And we'll keep our
Send any
dish
topics
here.
if you want.
Yes, please put in the comment section any topics that you would like to talk about. My friend from, I think you were from East Africa, your topic is in here, just so you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully it gets pulled on one of these. Well, it will get pulled on one of
Yeah,
these.
if not, we'll
put that
address
back
it.
in there.
Put it in a different way, but yes. Choices.
Have a powerful week. Have a happy weekend, and thank you again for joining Fanisimi and Fasewa.
Bye.
Bye. There you go.